Hello everybody, Terry back again with another video, and today's video is gonna be about this year's first Miami Masters 1000 tournament, guys, which is just around the corner. And of course the tournament I'm talking about is the Miami Open 2021. And we all know, guys, the big three are not anticipating this tournament. Federer, Nadal and Djokovic, none of those are playing, and not even Dominic Thiem. So the most recent, the only Grand Slam champions that we have, not the only, but the most famous players that we have are not playing this tournament, which is of course Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, and the recent new Grand Slam champion that we have, of course, that player is Dominic Thiem, new Grand Slam champion I'm talking about. So this tournament is missing some big names, but it will still be a tournament to watch. It will still be a big tournament, not as fun to watch if the big three was anticipating, of course, but it will still be fun to watch and to follow. And let's see who will win this Miami Open. And to preview this Masters 1000 tournaments are really a mess, guys. It is really a mess. Previewing and predicting Grand Slam tournaments is much easier because we know who wins the Grand Slam tournaments. It is Nadal or Djokovic, and sometimes Federer. Federer, it was a long time ago. It was 3-4 years ago when Federer won a major last time. But you're getting my point. Previewing Grand Slams is much easier. Previewing Masters, it is just it is more or less a lottery game, guys. I swear, guys, it is more or less a lottery game. But I'm gonna do a top 8 list. I'm gonna try to find that. You know, guys, when I do top 8 list, I strongly believe that one of these 8 players will win this tournament. And as higher you are, as more likely you are winning it. But so for me, it is a success if I get the name right, if one of these 8 players win. It is a little success. If I have the names as high as 3 or 2 or 1, it is a bigger success. It will not be necessary for me to have my number 1 player winning it. If I have it, then of course it will be big for me, and I will be lucky in some extent, because it is so hard predicting the Masters 1000 tournaments. I swear, guys, it is so hard, especially when the big three are not anticipating, because we know outside the big three, nobody of these players are any consistency machines. Nobody. They can beat anyone and they can be defeated by anyone as well. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna mention my top 8 players here who I believe one of these 8 will win it, and I'm going to say the quarterfinals matches, the semifinals, and the final match, and the winner. Alright, on my 8th place, guys, I have Felix Aliassime. I believe that Felix, he can go to a quarterfinal. Felix Aliassime has not won a tournament. We all know that. He has been in 7 finals. He has lost all those 7 finals, not even taking 1 set in those finals. But he has been doing some good runs in this 2021 season. He has gone to some 4th round matches, to quarterfinals, and then he has lost. And I think that the same thing can be happening here as well. He can go to a quarterfinal and then lose there. So I have Felix on my 8th place. On my 7th place, I have Grigor Dimitrov, guys. It was a long time ago I had Grigor Dimitrov on a top 8 list. I don't know if I've ever had Grigor Dimitrov in a top 8 list, but I feel that he's in a quarter that it is not many big names there. He has in his quarters, he has Goffin there. What has Goffin done the last couple of, I don't know, 2 years? Last time Goffin did something big was 2019 when he played the Halle final against Federer, lost there. So after that, what has the dude done? Nothing. So and Grigor, he played a quarterfinal in Australian Open, like we all remember. So I think that, and he has Alexander Bublik on that quarter as well, Grigor Dimitrov. So as Alexander Bublik, so he has not done some big noise in his career. So I think that Grigor, he has a chance to go to quarterfinal here. He really has, guys. I truly believe that. So And I have him on my number 7 place, but I'm not super confident. Of course, you know, guys, when it comes to players who are not named Nadal, Djokovic, or Federer, I'm never super confident on predicting them. Trust me, guys, I'm not. So I have on my 7th place, I have Grigor Dimitrov. He can go to quarterfinal. On my 6th place, guys, I have Denis Shapovalov. Denis Shapovalov is a young, upcoming talented player from Canada. He really is a shot maker, but we all know he's a hit or miss player. He does a bunch of unforced errors. He does a bunch of double faults. He doesn't know how to construct points. He thinks every point is attackable. So, but he has done some decent runs to the last couple of tournaments. He has won some matches, and he can go to a quarterfinal here in Miami. He really can, guys. It is not impossible. I'm not super confident on predicting him to go to quarterfinal. Of course not. He can lose the second or third round. He can do that. I will not be surprised at all if he does. But I have a feeling that he might maybe go to a quarterfinal. So I will have him on my 6th place, Denis Shapovalov, but I will definitely not have him higher than that. So the Canadian player from Canada, Denis Shapovalov, I believe he can go to quarterfinal, and I have him on my 6th place. On number 5 place, guys, I have Andrei Rublev. Yeah, guys, I don't have Andrei Rublev higher than a 5th place. He can go to a quarterfinal. I think he will go to quarterfinal, but I just have the feeling that his road will end there. Of course, he can prove me wrong. He maybe will go to semifinal or maybe even final, or maybe even win the whole thing. It is not impossible. I believe that one of these 8 will win the whole thing. That is my feeling. I will not be shocked if any one of these 8 players I'm mentioning wins the entire tournament. But so Rublev can of course win the entire tournament, but I don't have him higher than 5th place. That is my feeling. So Rublev is on my 5th place on this top 8 list. Alright, these are the quarterfinals players that I believe will go to the quarterfinal. 8, and Felix Salasime. 7, Grigor Dimitrov. 6, Denis Shapovalov. 5, Andrei Rublev. As higher you are on my quarterfinal list, like Rublev is obviously on number 5th place, as bigger chance I give you to win your quarterfinal match. You are getting my point. Alright, now we go to my top 4. Now on my number 4th place, guys, I have Stefanos Tsitsipas, guys. Yeah, I don't have him higher than this. I believe that Stefanos will go to a semi-final, but I think that his road ends there in the semi-final. I don't know, I just have that feeling. I think that the player that he will face in the semi-final, I think that he will lose there. That is my feeling. Maybe I'll be wrong. Let's see. So Stefanos is on my 4th place. On my 3rd place, Stefanos, who is, by the way, the 2nd seed in the tournament. So he's very, very high seeded in this tournament. He's 2nd seed, Stefanos Tsitsipas. But I have him as my number 4th favorite in this tournament. On my 3rd place, the player that I have on this top 8 favorite list, I have Alexander Sasha Zverev, and he is the 3rd seed in the tournament, and I have him as my number 3rd favorite. I think he will go to a semi-final. Alexander Sasha Zverev, he won a tournament last week in Acapulco, did a great tournament there, didn't drop one single set, if I'm not mistaken, in Acapulco, and won his 14th title there, and him and Medvedev are the players who has won most Masters from these young guns, guys. Medvedev has won 3 Masters. Alexander Zverev has won 3 Masters. So he has great chance doing great things here in Miami, because he has won Masters before in the past, even though it was a long time ago he won his last Masters, but he can definitely do some big noise here in Miami, Alexander Zverev. And I really like his backhand. He played some really great backhands against Stefanos Tsitsipas in that final in Acapulco, did some great down the line backhands, hard backhand. He just needs to play better on big points, stop doing unforced errors, double faults in big points like he did in Stefanos Tsitsipas in that final in Acapulco when he was serving for the title in that 2nd set. and he was rolling in those second serves. Man, I've never seen a professional tennis player rolling the second serves. So obviously his nerves are not the greatest, Alexander Sasha Zverev's, and that's why I don't believe he will win the title, because he can win it absolutely. He's really high on this list. He's number third. He's on my number third place on this top 8 list. But I just don't think that his nerves. He really has problem with his nerves. I don't want to say this, but he chokes in big moments. He really does, guys. He came away against Tsitsipas in the Acapulco final, but I don't know if he will do that in a final here, if he goes to a final, which I don't think he will. So I think his road ends in the semi-final. So I have Alexander Sasha Zverev on my number third place. On my second place, this is the player I have on my second place. This is a bold prediction. But I like his game. I like his shot making. I like his movement. He's a heavy hitter. He has firepower. And the player I'm talking about, maybe you have figured out by now, is Aslan Karatsev. Yeah, I have him as my number second favorite here in Miami. This is a bold prediction. I would not be shocked if he loses the second or third round. I really would not. But I don't know. I really liked his game in Dubai. He played some really good tennis. I really loved this match against Lloyd Harris in the final. Some really great down the line backhands he hit. He can hit his backhand cross court. He has a really great forehand as well. The only thing I really don't like with his game tremendously much with Aslan Karatsev's game, it is his serve. He doesn't have the biggest serve. I don't think that he has a big serve, Aslan Karatsev. His serve is decent, but it is not big. But he has a big forehand. He has a big backhand. He moves good. He has decent returns. Not superior, not great, decent. So it is two things that I don't like with Aslan Karatsev's game. It is his serve and it is his returns. Pretty big tools on tennis. So, but he's still serving really not bad, but decent, and he's returning decent. But his ground strokes from the ground, off the ground, his backhand and forehand are really great, guys. And I think he can do damage here. So I have him on my second place on this top 8 favorite list. I think he will go to a final. And my number one player that I have on this list, you have probably figured out by now, is the recent world number 2, Daniil Medvedev. I think that, man, I don't know, of these 8 players I've mentioned, I believe that he's the most consistent one from these 8. He's the number 1 seed here. Stefan Tsitsipas is the 2nd seed. Alexander Zverev is the 3rd seed, and Andrei Rublev is the 4th seed. So he's the highest seed, but that doesn't mean that he will win the tournament. We know that. Like I said in the beginning of my video, none of these players are any consistency machines. The consistency machines are Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer. It is not Daniil Medvedev, it is not Andrei Rublev, it is not Alexander Zverev, it is not Stefan Tsitsipas. None of these 8 players I've mentioned are not any consistency machines, guys. So it is. I have a feeling Medvedev will lift the trophy. That's why I have him as high as number 1. So I will say my top 8 list again. Fast. Number 8 place I have Felicia Aliassime. Number 7 place I have Grigor Dimitrov. Number 6 place I have Denis Shapovalov. Number 5th place I have Andrei Rublev. Number 4th place I have Stefan Tsitsipas. Number 3rd place I have Alexander Sasha Zverev. Number 2nd place I have Aslan Karatsev. Number 1 place, the player I believe will win the tournament, is Daniil Medvedev. So we have some quarterfinals matches between Stefan Tsitsipas and Denis Shapovalov. I believe Stefan Tsitsipas will prevail there. Then we have between Andrei Rublev and Aslan Karatsev. I believe that Aslan Karatsev will prevail there. And then we have between Medvedev and Felix Aliassime. I believe Medvedev will prevail there. And the 4th quarterfinal we have between Alexander Sasha Zverev versus Grigor Dimitrov. I believe Alexander Zverev prevails there. The semifinals match will be between Daniil Medvedev versus Alexander Zverev. I believe Medvedev prevails there. And the other semifinal, I believe we have between Aslan Karatsev versus Stefanos Tsitsipas. I think Aslan Karatsev prevails there. And then we have the final between Daniil Medvedev versus Aslan Karatsev. All Russian final, I believe we will have, and I think the winner in this final will be, like the list is saying, Daniil Medvedev. So I believe Daniil Medvedev defeats Aslan Karatsev in the final in this Miami Open tournament 2021, and let's see if I will be right or wrong. Most likely I will be a lot of wrongs in this preview, but let's see what happens, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.